Okay, now let's start the topic, which is the composition of SHM, then resonance and damping. Okay, so chapter 5 and 6 constitutes of composition of two SHMs, which are first of any nature, then perpendicular to each other. Two cases we will see, and then damping and resonance. So in composition of two SHMs means a particle is under the action of two forces which are causing simple harmonic motion in their direction, okay, in the direction of the force. So position of the particle means the x bar, which is the linear displacement, and var epsilon, which is the angular displacement or phase. Okay, in a strength of materials it is also known as a strain. Var epsilon is also known as a strain. So the in the composition of two simple harmonic motions means a particle under the action of two forces, and both the forces are causing simple harmonic motion. Okay, so under that case we will see the linear displacement and the angular displacement of the particle, and also the amplitude of the simple harmonic motion or the oscillation. Okay, two cases we will see: in phase and out of phase. In phase means phase difference is equal to 0. Out of phase means phase difference is equal to pi, which is 180 degree. Means two forces are 180 degree, means opposite to each other, and in phase means two forces are parallel to each other, supporting each other. Okay, so composition of, then we will see composition of two SHM in perpendicular direction means two forces are acting in the perpendicular direction, and both of them are causing simple harmonic motion. Okay, so composition of two SHMs in perpendicular direction, we will see the condition for that, equation of motion. Okay, so here also we will see phase difference is equal to 0, phase difference is equal to pi, and phase difference is equal to pi by 2. Okay, means 0 degree, 180 degree and 90 degree. Now damping and damping resonance means one case will be only damping and another case will be damping plus resonance, means one restraining or resistance will be there and one supporting force will be there. Okay, so damping means negative force or resistance, and resonance happens when positive forces act with the particle. Okay, means either the component will give increase in the amplitude. Okay, because in damping the amplitude decreases and in resonance amplitude increases. Okay, so both damping and resonance are caused by external forces, so this is also called forced oscillation. Okay. Now composition of 2SHM, that was the first case. Okay. So in the composition of 2SHM, the composition is also known as union, addition or sum. Okay, so composition means addition, means you are adding two simple harmonic motions. In set theory it is known as union. Okay, when you are dealing with sets, considering these things as a set, you are dealing with union. And sum means integral values. If you have the integral values, then add those values. Okay, so composition of two SHMs, the sum will be vector product. Okay, because two simple harmonic motions will be vector, the sum of those vectors. Okay, so in union is for set, addition is for algebraic values, or basically algebraic values, and sum integration. Sum can also be done by integration also, so you can also do the integration of two simple harmonic motions also. Now simple harmonic motion is produced when restoring force is directly proportional to displacement. Okay. Why? Because external force is acting opposite to the displacement. So restoring force is acting in the direction of the displacement. Okay. Okay, so external torque or the torque that is causing that motion. Okay, so external torque or the torque that is causing the simple harmonic motion, or the applied torque, which is also known as applied torque, okay, is equal to minus of torsional stiffness into theta. So theta is the angular displacement, kt is the torsional stiffness. Now this is the expression for angular oscillation, okay, which is simple harmonic. Or for linear oscillations or linear vibrations or linear oscillation that are simple harmonic, this expression means that this torque is equal to minus of k into x. So k is the spring constant, okay, or stiffness constant, and x is the displacement. Okay, so opposite to the direction of the displacement, okay, whether it's angular or linear. So this is the condition for linear simple harmonic motion, okay, and this is the condition for angular simple harmonic motion. Now this torsional stiffness kt is equal to applied torque by the displacement, angular displacement that happened, okay, means the torque or torsion applied per degree or per radian angular movement. Now the spring constant. So spring constant is equal to F by x. So F is the external force and x is the linear movement. Okay. So just force, whether external force if you do that also okay, restoring force if you do that also okay. So the string constant is equal to F by x. Okay, and both these constants, both are the constant one, okay, so these are scalar quantities, okay, both are constant, so they are scalar quantities. Okay, so this we have seen the figure I already talked, okay, because in the simple pendulum topic I have written a spring, okay, that should be a string, okay, a rope should be there in the simple pendulum, and in that video I have said also that I have written a spring but it should be a string. So that's the, I have told that and explained that also. So simple pendulum attached with a spring instead of a string, okay, so in that case the spring will be causing the linear oscillation, okay, so spring will be causing the linear oscillation, and then the pendulum will be angular oscillation, okay, so that mass attached to the a spring will be doing the angular displacement and means the angular vibration, and this will be doing linear vibration, okay, this also can do linear vibration, both can do any vibration, okay. So simple pendulum attached with a spring instead of a string will do composition of simple harmonic motion, because in that case the particle will be acted upon by two separate forces, each of which can produce, means will produce or produces, okay, which produces a simple harmonic motion, means both the forces are producing simple harmonic motion. So the example is simple pendulum attached with a spring instead of a string, okay, because if it's a string it's a simple pendulum, but if you are removing the string and applying a spring, okay, then it will be execute a motion constituting two simple harmonic motions. Okay. In that simple pendulum, the string is a inextensible one, because if it will be a extensible one, then it will also do two simple harmonic motion. But in that case, when we attach a string, it is a inextensible string. That's why it is doing only angular oscillation. Okay. So simple pendulum is an example of angular oscillation, angular simple harmonic motion. If r1 is the position vector of the particle at time t when only force F1 was acting, okay, and r2 is the position vector of the particle at time t when only F2 force was acting, okay, from Newton's second law, because then will we apply second law. Okay, so double differentiate the position vector, that will give you the acceleration. Okay, so double differentiation of r1 means the position vector of point 1 means the initial point will give you mass into acceleration at point 1 is equal to f1. Okay, now all are equal vectors. Okay, so equal vectors means equal in magnitude, equal in direction. Okay, so displacement, the sign of means the direction of r1 is equal to direction of a1 is equal to direction of f1. Okay. Similarly, r2 is the position vector for particle 2 or the final position. Okay, so mass into double differentiation of the position vector with respect to time will give you mass into acceleration at point 2, okay, or final point is equal to f2. So both position vectors here also are the same. So f2 is acting in the direction of acceleration caused by it, and this is acting at the displacement r2. Now we are compositing, means we are adding two simple harmonic motions. So we add these two motions. Okay. So these are the equation of motion. Okay. So these are the equation of motion which is under force F1, and this is the equation of motion which is under force F2, and both F1 and F2 are simple harmonic motion. So how will that? We will see that we did it. We are adding both equations. Okay. Now vector addition will give you the law of addition of vectors. Okay, will give you the position vector of the resultant at time t, because everything is happening at time t. So this is the resultant displacement that will happen to the particle. This is r, and which will be effected due to the composition of the two forces that will combine to give one force. Okay. So F1 and F2 will combine to give one force F. Okay, which will give acceleration A on position vector r. This expression will give you resultant acceleration. Okay. Resultant acceleration happening in the particle by the action of the forces F1 and F2. This will be given by this equation. Okay, so this is the equation for the simple harmonic motion that is caused by F1. Okay, so x1 is the linear displacement caused by F1. So x1 is the linear displacement caused by F1. Okay, A1 is the amplitude of simple harmonic motion. Okay, and sine is the function which will give you value from -1 to 1. Okay, this is the range for the sine function, and this function has an input of omega into t. Okay, so omega is the angular frequency in radian per second, or angular, because it will not be angular velocity, it will be only angular acceleration. Okay, we are dealing here with oscillations, that's why its frequency. Okay, now t is the time. Okay, so this is x1 is equal to a1 sine omega t. Similarly, simple harmonic motion caused by f2 is x2 is equal to a2 sine omega t plus delta. Okay, so delta is the phase difference between two motions. Okay, okay, so this is also a vector addition. Okay, omega t plus delta. Okay, and this vector addition sum will give you this x2. Okay, so x2 is the displacement caused by f2. Now condition for union. Okay, when the two forces can unite. Okay, so condition for union means when two forces can unite. Okay, both should have the same frequency, means nu, it is said in nu, nu. Okay, so nu should be same, means frequency in hertz, 1 by second, hertz is 1 by second. So frequency in hertz should be same. Now frequency is hertz, means if this is same, means omega is also same, because omega is equal to 2 pi nu. Okay, so 2 pi nu means omega is same. Now Tp is equal to 2 pi by omega, where 2 pi is. Okay, so this is also constant. Time period is also constant. Okay, so time is also same or constant. So this is the vector addition. Okay, so x is the resultant displacement, and this is the individual displacements x1 and x2. If only f1 had been acting and only f2 had been acting, so x1 is the only f1 would have been happening, and x2 is the only f2 was acting. So this is x1 is equal to a1 into sine omega t plus, and x2 is equal to a2 into sine omega t plus delta. This is the phase difference. So you do that. We do the expansion. Means sine expand. This is sine expansion. So sine into cos plus cos into sine. Now finally, when we do that and replace this expression by c, so replace these two expressions by c. Okay, this is the c, that is the expression that has been obtained. Okay, so this is the amplitude, c square plus d square under root, it is the amplitude of the displacement x. Okay, so this is the displacement x, amplitude of the displacement x. Okay, and these are the unit vectors. Okay, or less than that, vectors, direction vectors. Okay, it will direct in, yes, this will the amplitude, and this will unite to give the direction of the x. Okay, okay, so c is equal to this and d is equal to this. Okay, you have to see the direction of the vectors, that all are in the same direction. Okay, because if the opposite direction will be here, minus sign would be there. So if a minus sign would be there, then that will be the opposite, means phase of minus pi. Okay. In case of sine, okay, because cos of minus pi will only be cos pi only, and cos pi is also cos pi, so only in sine case, sine of minus pi will be minus sine pi. So c is equal to this a1 plus a2 cos delta, and d is equal to a2 sine delta. Now we will see the vector representation of these things that we talked. Okay, so this is the vector representation. Okay, so var epsilon, this is the var epsilon, resultant var epsilon means the phase. Okay, so this is the phase or angular displacement vector. So here it's angular displacement vector. Okay, and delta is the phase difference. Okay, so this is x1, which is the linear displacement of particle 1, or which is the initial position, and this is the amplitude, this total green blue line in the horizontal direction. Okay, means this arrow. Okay, starting from 0, this is 0 center. Okay, so this is center, and from here this is, it may be treated as a displacement vector. So if the magnitude is the maximum one, then it will be amplitude. So this can be amplitude also, because amplitude is nothing but maximum displacement, maximum, whether it's a, because it's linear here. Okay, because this is, where epsilon is the angular displacement and this is the linear displacement, x is the linear displacement, and a1 is the amplitude of the linear displacement. Similarly x2 and a2. So x2 is the linear displacement vector of particle 2, which is the final position, and this is the, yes, not the final position, x2 is not the final position, it is the displacement vector that has been caused by force F2. Okay, so wherever I had been saying it wrong, make it right. Okay, so this is the, x2 is the linear displacement vector caused by the force F2, and a2 is the amplitude of the SHM caused by the force F2. Okay, okay, so one is caused by F1, means one is caused by F1 and two is caused by F2. Both are linear displacement and amplitude. Okay, so one is for force F1 and two is for force F2. Okay, now you can do the, means you can move the vector parallelly. Okay, so you can move the vector parallelly without changing its initial and final position. So blue has been transferred to the green one. So you can do the vector addition by that also. So this is known as triangle law and this is known as parallelogram law. This blue one, only this blue one is known as parallelogram law, and this two blue and one green will give you triangle law. Okay. So this is A2 sine delta and this is A2 cos delta, this much portion. Okay, so in this a small triangle, okay, from the vertical position to this. Okay. So in this a small triangle, this will be the direction of the vector A2 cos delta, and this will be the direction of the vector A2 sine delta. Okay, x is for resultant, linear displacement for resultant, and a is for amplitude of the linear displacement, which is both are SHM only, simple harmonic motion. And this, in the diagram that we discussed, the sign convention that was used was angular displacement or angular movement theta has been treated as positive when it is taken anti-clockwise. Okay. So square root of c square plus d square is the amplitude of the resultant, means this is a, okay, in magnitude form. Okay. Now we will just put the from the triangle. Okay, so sine cos, you know. delta is the phase difference, and A1 A2 are the amplitude of the SHMs caused by forces F1 and F2 respectively. So in this, from that figure you can see that tan of var epsilon is equal to d by c. So what is d and what is c has been put, and we got the expression. So from this expression we can see that linear displacement, the final one, okay, the final linear displacement depends on amplitude of A1, amplitude of A2, means amplitude of F simple harmonic motion caused by F1, amplitude of the simple harmonic motion caused by F2, and the phase difference between both of them. Okay. When both are in phase, means phase difference is equal to 0, then cos delta is equal to 0, means delta is equal to 0, then cos delta is equal to 1. Okay. So delta is equal to 0, cos delta is equal to 1, and in that case resultant amplitude will be equal to A1 plus A2. We'll simply add, and both are perfectly supporting each other. About of phase, so out of phase means delta is equal to pi, means exact opposite. Okay, so in that case cos delta is equal to -1, and resultant amplitude will be A1 minus A2, okay, or A2 minus A1, whichever is positive one, okay, or negative one, then the direction will be decided. Okay, so this is only for magnitude, so only positive. Amplitude is magnitude, okay, only positive. Okay, always positive. ठीक है, amplitude is magnitude only, hence always positive. Equal forces is magnitude but out of phase, means equal and opposite, means delta is equal to pi. Okay, in that case when they are equal in magnitude they will cancel each other. Okay, and they are equal in direction also, they means that will be a null vector, a zero vector will be the result. Again a zero vector, magnitude 0, direction everywhere, null vector. So particle will not oscillate when remain at equilibrium. Okay, means a dormant state. If more than two forces act, use polygon law, okay, of vector addition, because we have seen only triangles law in the cases, and we will see only triangle law only that. Okay, but if you are engaging with more forces, means more than triangle law, you will need polygon law. Then in that case this is the polygon law. Okay, so this is the green one is the result. Okay, okay, so A, B, C, D will give you R. Okay, so if more than two forces act, use Polygon's law of vector addition to get them. So thank you.